All right. Today we're going to do multiplying a fraction, how to multiply a fraction by a whole number. How to multiply a fraction by a whole number. And we're going to walk you through on a couple of slides to help you better understand how we would do that. And I'll give you 3 different strategies you can use, and you'll just take one out that is more useful to you, and it makes the problem easier for you. So, all right, here we go. First one, we got to do the spotlight on vocabulary to make sure that we have an understanding of the vocabulary and the language we're going to use. We got a numerator. The numerator are the parts of the whole we are counting. They can be the shaded and unshaded. A lot of students say that the numerator is the shaded parts. They can be shaded or unshaded. It just depends on the part of the fraction you are counting. And then we have the denominator. The denominator is how many parts are in the whole. So you look at the whole and you count how many parts it has been split up into. And this is an example of a pizza. Of course, the numerator is 3 because we're counting how many pieces of pizza are left. And the denominator is how many parts of the pizza were in whole. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, this is the first method or the first strategy we're going to use, which is repeated addition. And a model is shown below, and here is the model. And we're going to write an equation that's going to represent this model. And this is a way that we'll be able to solve. So looking at this model, we can go through and we'll say, okay, what is my first fraction? My first fraction, how many parts are in the whole? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 parts in the whole, so that fraction would be 1/6. And then I would say this one would be 1/6. This one would also be 1/6. This one would be 1/6. This would be 1/6, and of course this would be 1/6. This is repeated addition, and we should have learned in 3rd grade that repeated addition is the same as multiplication. So I'm adding 1/6. How many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 6 groups of 1/6. And 6 groups of 1/6, if I add all of these 1/6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 groups of 1/6 will give me 6/6. Because I'm just repeatedly adding 1/6. How many parts, how many times I have. So I got 6 groups of 1/6, 6 groups of 1/6, and it gives me a total of 6/6 because I repeatedly added 1/6 6 times. All right, we'll go on to the next one. All right, of course, the number line, which is is another strategy we can use. We can use the number line to model the following equation. And here's the equation. The equation is 6 times 1/8. It was a little bit different from the one we did before, but I just changed the denominator. I changed the denominator to match the number line. So now I got 6 groups of 1/8. On the number line, I have to look at how many parts are in my whole. The whole is when it goes from 0 to 1 whole. How many parts do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's how I know that my denominator is going to be 8. So when I'm looking at a number line, I'm having 6 groups of 1/8 or 6 jumps of 1/8. So that's 1/8. That'll be 1. That'll be 2. That'll be 3. That'll be 4. That'll be 5. And that would be 6. 6 groups of 1/8. So now when I'm going through, I should see that this will be 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, and 6/8. So when I do 6 jumps of 1/8, 6 jumps of 1/8, it stops me on 6/8. So I know that 6 wholes times 1/8 will give me 6/8. And that'll be a strategy we can use by doing on the number line. Now, we have to be careful because I don't want you guys to get a misconception that everything is going to be by a unit fraction. And a unit fraction is when my numerator is 1. We're only jumping 1/8 because I'm multiplying 6 wholes by 1/8. If I was multiplying 6 whole by 2/8, I would jump to 2/8. All right, I'm going to show you the third and final strategy that you can use in order to multiply a whole by a fraction. And it's the multiples, and most of us call it skip counting. So now I have 5 times 2/3. I'm going to skip count by 2/3. So I'm going to use the multiples of 2/3 or the multiples of 2. So I'll just put it right here. I'll go 2/3. That's 1. 4/3. 6/3. I gotta do 5 groups. So that's 1, 2, 3. 8/3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 10/3. So now when I did 5 groups of 2/3, I just skip count by 2/3. Or I just did the multiples of 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Multiples of my numerator. When I did my 5, I ended up with 10/3. So 5 times 2/3 will give me 10/3. All right. So now we'll go on to a problem-solving problem that will help us better understand what we're doing and how we're going to do it. We'll call it whole group exploration. All right, if we look at the problem solving, Jessica and Renaya made a TikTok video. Jessica danced for 3/8 of the video. Renaya danced 7 times as long as Jessica. How long did Renaya dance in the TikTok video? All right. And everybody know what TikTok is, you know. That's the new one. I'm learning to do that one. But when we're doing this one, I want to go through and I want to do my whole times my fraction. So I will end up doing 7 times 3/8. Now when we're doing 7 times 3/8, I can use either one of the strategies that I did. So I can skip count by 3, 7 times. So that's 3/8, 6/8. Very good. 9/8, 12/8. And if I'm struggling, I can also count my fingers. Use whatever strategy you need. I got 15/8. I don't want to overcount, so I want to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 18/8, and then I would have 21/8. I went by 7, so I can get 21/8. That's one way, or I can repeatedly add 3/8 plus 3/8. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now I'm going to continually add it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and my denominator stays the same, 21/8. Or if I'm doing on a number line, I'm starting at 0, I'm jumping 7 jumps of 3/8. I'll stop right here, and this will be 3/8. 4/8, 5/8, 6/8. I'll jump again, 6/8. 7/8, 8/8, 9/8. Make me 9/8. 10/8, 11/8, 12/8. 12/8. 13/8, 14/8, 15/8. 16/8, 17/8, 18/8. 19/8, 20/8, 21/8. And now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That are my 7 groups of 3/8. I stop at 21/8. And last but not least, we should know that 7 is the wholes. So I can always do 7 over 1, which is basically 7 wholes, times 3/8. 7 times 3 is 21. 1 times 8 is 8. That'll give me 21/8. I know y'all probably like, why didn't just do that first? Again, because by now you should know that I'm with deeper understanding and you're giving you different strategies. So this is strategy number 1, strategy number 2, strategy number 3. And then once we have a clear understanding of the strategies, we know that 7 over 1 will give me 7 wholes. And then I'll multiply it by 3/8. All right, so I hope this video helped you guys better understand how to multiply a whole by a fraction.